Hey guys, thought I just let you know that HP have updated their NV kind of computers out there. The three, the NV15, the NV17, and the 17 3D. And there's some kind of cool things about these right now. First of all, if you talk about the design, it really looks like a MacBook Air. So I mean that's good. If you hate Apple but you like their design, you're gonna love this because Apple, or it seems like HP, really ripped them off in the design. I love it. I love the design. So if we take a look here on the first one, this is the NV15. Obviously you are probably kind of spec horny here, and also you can see here obviously they all comes with Beats audio here on the side, so you get kind of cool little design change there. So a little unique. And also it uses like a radiance technology for the screens, so 1080p screens, or yeah, it's an IPS display at least on NV15, and the NV15 is a 15.6-inch display, but it uses some kind of radiance technology. So each key, when it lights up, each individual keys have their own kind of LED light, and uses a proximity sensors to notice when people are close, and then it's gonna turn on like the brightness, so you will see when you're typing and stuff like that. So that's at least good, I suppose. You have the HB thingy there. If you talk about things, audio and stuff like that, and if you talk about ports, you can see here that you get like two audio jacks, kind of good if you want to listen, multiple people. And you got the standard microphone thingy. And then you have two USB 3.0 ports here on the left side. If we are talking about the other side, we can see also that we get a HDMI port, a display port, and the standard USB 2.0 port, an SD thingy if you have small cards, and this is maybe Firewire or something. I think that could be the case, but this is back. You have the Beats thingy over there. Boring back, yes, very boring, but really looks like a MacBook Pro, and I like that. Like the competition, and I know that Apple's gonna be pissed off when they see it like this, because the first NVs from like 2009 didn't look as close to MacBook Air-ish like this one is doing, or these are doing. So if we also take a look at some official pics here, now if you talk about the processor, they all come with a Core i5 processor, and the Core i5 processor that they're using is basically the 2430M, or at least NV15 is using the 2430M CPU, but it seems like the NV15 or NV17 is going to use the Core i5 2430, not M, or it could be M, but at least in this article they've been writing 2430M on the NV15, and on the other one, the NV17, the 2430 only, but could be M as well. But if you talk about RAM as well, 6 gigs of RAM on the NV15, you get it with standard with 500 gigabytes of RAM, and then also, yes, that's not an SSD, but it seems like if you're picking the NV17, you can get an SSD, at least 128 gigabytes SSD. Would be nice if you can get an SSD plus a like 1 terabyte hard drive, because you could also pick that duo 1 terabyte hard drives. You pick the bigger one, the NV17 instead. And if I didn't say it already, 1080p radiance, that's the screen TN panel on the NV17. I know there's a lot of things here that I'm saying, but 6 gigs of RAM, it sounds overkill. I know it sounds really overkill on an NV17, but that's why they're being called HP NV. Yeah, Bluetooth, you have HP's wireless technology for music, so if you have wireless, that's compatible with HP's wireless technology for music, then that's gonna be kind of awesome. Obviously AMD Radeon graphics, we don't know what kind of GPU it is, but you're probably not gonna be gaming on these, or yeah, obviously it depends on what game you're gonna play. But if we move over to what's the difference if you talk about NV15 and NV17, obviously we can hear that the difference between NV17 and the NV17 3D is that you're gonna gonna get a little more 3D stuff with NV17, like you're gonna get these active shutter glasses. You're gonna get also like a Blu-ray player on that one. But if you talk difference between NV17 and NV15 and NV17, the big difference is you get 2 gigabytes of extra RAM, you get an extra display port, and what else? Obviously you get a bigger screen, and you get like a half hour or better battery life, because battery life sounds good, 9 hours of battery life, but obviously that depends on what you're doing. I don't think that it's 9 hours when you're watching movies, but I think that they are, you know, like normal usage. 9 hours sounds good. And also that you get 250 gigabytes extra extra hard drive thing. Obviously if you have more cash, you can, you know, get those dual 1 terabyte hard drives, or you can go ahead and go to SSD, so you will boot up extremely quick. But again, it has some videos here as well if you want to go ahead and watch that. But seriously, it looks like a MacBook Pro. Also the videos, like the promo videos that HP have up and running, really feels MacBook or Apple-ish. But I think that's kind of fun. But they look good. They look really good. And also they have like some kind of more gestures also on that touchpad. At least that's what they told us. But yeah, that is basically the HP NV, and they are going to be available on December the 7th, and the cheapest NV 15 is gonna cost $1,100. If you're gonna go with NV17, it's gonna cost you like 1,300, and then 1,600 if you want to go with the HDD NV 3D. But obviously, if you want, you know, the better stuff, SSDs or dual 1 terabyte hard drives, it's gonna cost you even extra cash. So yeah, it won't be that cheap, but at least they look good. So that's awesome. See you guys.